Nowhere else in the world can you find a greater variety of animals than in the vast expanses of the African continent. Elephants, hippos, giraffes, lions, antelopes, zebras, buffaloes, rhinos, crocodiles. However, within this unique natural kingdom, there is one animal that stands out in particular: the leopard. A graceful, agile, strong, swift, and beautiful predator. Our video work is dedicated to introducing you to this remarkable creature. The leopard, often referred to as a leopard or panther, belongs to the class of mammals, the order of carnivores, the cat family, the subfamily of big cats, and the genus of panthers. The derived word panthera from Greek means panther, which is another name for the leopard. Its literal translation conveys the phrase real predator, and indeed there is no more accurate interpretation. Although linguists believe the word panther comes from the Sanskrit word pundarikam, meaning tiger or yellowish beast. However, the prefix leo directly indicates the relationship of this animal to a lion. The word leopard came to us from Turkic languages and is commonly used in speech as a synonymous term. Today, there are several subspecies of leopards in the wild. Among them, the Indo-Chinese and Northern Chinese leopards, the Arabian leopard, and the Persian leopard. There are also the Ceylon and Javan leopards, each with its corresponding habitat, as well as the Far Eastern and African leopards. The African leopard in particular has a more widespread habitat. This predator occupies large areas of Africa, from mountains and savannas to semi-deserts and tropical rainforests of the continent. In the following video compilation, we will focus on the African leopard. The leopard stands out as one of the most striking examples among the majestic wild big cats. This creature possesses an elongated, flexible, and gracefully strong body. The length of a leopard's body ranges from 3 to 6 feet, with a height of 1.5 to 2.5 feet. Depending on the subspecies and gender, leopards weigh between 15 and 75 kilograms, exhibiting significant weight differences. However, it's rare for leopards to exceed 220 pounds, despite the vivid accounts of eyewitnesses claiming otherwise, even at close proximity. The fact that males are nearly twice the size of females holds true. The leopard's head is rounded, relatively small, featuring a distinct convex forehead, a sloping crown, and a moderately blunt muzzle. Its ears are short, slightly rounded on top, lacking the characteristic tufts. With exceptional eyesight and hearing abilities surpassing ours 5-fold, the leopard's sense of smell is unlikely to be its strong suit. The predator possesses relatively thin fangs at the base, but long and sharp like blades. Among all members of the cat family, the leopard truly boasts the largest fangs, measuring up to 1.4 inches. With such formidable teeth at its disposal, the leopard swiftly eliminates any chance of survival for its prey. The leopard's tail can reach lengths of 29 to 43 inches, constituting at least 2/3 of its entire body. Its legs are slender, relatively low, yet incredibly strong and flexible. The paws feature soft pads akin to those found in our domestic cats, enabling the leopard to move silently. However, its claws are significantly larger and sharper. The leopard extends its claws only when it needs to firmly grasp its prey, or when it desires to climb a tree. As you may already know, leopards excel at both. They sleep on sturdy branches and often conceal their prey to prevent theft, as there are always lazy individuals in Africa incapable of securing their own dinner. The snow leopard's adeptness at tree climbing proves immensely beneficial, as tree canopies often serve as both a dining area and a bedroom. They frequently rest there during the day, skillfully evading the African heat and pesky packs of hyenas and jackals. Leopards are also known for their ability to hoist heavy prey onto branches. In 2018, naturalists documented a case where a leopard carried a 275-pound carcass of a young giraffe up a tree, ascending to a height of over 16.5 feet. The leopard possesses a coat that is tough and relatively short, measuring about 1 inch on the back and even less on the tail. It's worth mentioning that leopards living in tropical regions have a more vibrant skin color, although it is not fluffy at all. However, in the case of the far eastern leopards, their coat becomes fluffier and twice as thick during the winter. The animal's body, legs, head, and tail are adorned with distinct and well-defined spots, which have become an iconic feature of the leopard. These spots can be solid or take the shape of empty rings. On the animal's belly and paws, the spots are large, while they are slightly smaller on the head. Along the back, the spots form rosettes, and on the body and sides they merge into stripes, creating transverse rings on the tail. The spotted pattern looks striking against the yellow or reddish skin of a leopard, although the shades vary depending on the animal's habitat. Thanks to its original coloring, leopards are adept at camouflage without exerting excessive effort. Simply clinging to the ground or hiding among tree branches is enough for them. Even if you're just a few meters away, it can be difficult to spot a leopard in short grass. Sometimes, nature plays tricks and produces black or black-brown cubs along red-haired spotted babies in one litter. These leopards are known as black panthers. However, even black leopards still possess spots, although they can only be seen in very bright light. In addition to black panthers, there are albino leopards that showcase their unique beauty with incredibly striking blue eyes. These leopards are extremely rare and have been observed in the wild in southern China, India, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. By the way, leopards effectively employ their color communication to interact with other individuals. They can convey messages using the white specks found on their ears and the tips of their tails, a feature present in almost all members of the species. For example, females use these spots to signal danger to their cubs. When it comes to communication with their kin, leopards are capable of producing sounds. They can growl, roar, snort, purr, and even emit an affectionate cat-like purr. However, the leopard's voice is so powerful it can be heard for several miles. The roar of the animal resembles the sound of a chainsaw forcefully cutting into the trunk of a thick tree. This is how a mother calls her cubs, or females attract males during mating. When establishing contact with other individuals and marking territory boundaries, leopards emit a raspy interval growl. At times, the male's voice may resemble a sharp cough that transitions into deep sighs. Perhaps this is the true beauty of suffering. However, in general, the leopard is a silent creature relying on its keen sight and hearing. Even when trapped, the beast endures hopelessness and painful sensations with courage, never thrashing about or emitting pitiful squeaks. Leopards are cautious and elusive creatures, but they are far from being shy. In fact, they are incredibly courageous and will never flee when encountering a human. Instead, they bravely stand their ground and will fiercely defend themselves if necessary. This is precisely why leopard hunting is regarded as one of the most perilous endeavors. Unlike many other predators, a wounded leopard often feigns death, luring its assistant closer before swiftly launching an unexpected attack on the momentarily less vigilant hunter. Leopards have an extensive range, perhaps more so than other members of the cat family, although their numbers can be relatively scarce in certain regions. These remarkable creatures possess an amazing ability to adapt to nearly any environment, from arid deserts to dense forests. It's thanks to these unique qualities that leopards can be found across various parts of the globe. In Africa, for example, these spotted predators primarily inhabit the southern regions of the Sahara and adjacent areas. In Asia, leopards have a wide habitat that stretches from the Caucasus to Central Asia and the Far East. The black leopard, also known as the panther, is particularly common on the island of Java and the Malay Peninsula. Leopards mainly reside in tropical and subtropical deciduous forests, along with dense thickets along coastal rivers and mountain slopes. However, their altitude rarely exceeds 17,000 feet above sea level. Additionally, they can be found in steppes, savannas, and even within boundaries of human settlements. The key factors for leopards are the availability of shelters, an ample supply of prey to fill their dietary needs, and a minimal threat from human activity. Leopards typically lead solitary lives. Males tend to be content with this solitary lifestyle, while females are accompanied by their cubs for most of their lives. The size of a snow leopard's territory varies between sexes. Females generally occupy areas up to 112 square miles, whereas males have much larger territories reaching approximately 440 square miles. It's common for leopard territories to not only border each other, but also intersect. The spotted predator always strives to mark its presence firmly within its territory to prevent competitors from encroaching. In forested areas, leopards use their sharp claws to peel tree bark, creating scrapers on the ground or in the snow to mark territory boundaries or personal routes. They also utilize urine or excrement to mark areas of rest or sleep. Leopards are known for their sedentary lifestyle, although some individuals, especially young and inexperienced males, may frequently roam. Leopards are intimately familiar with their territory, knowing every blade of grass as they constantly move around in search of prey. Even when not hungry, they make daily rounds of their territory, proceeding slowly and cautiously as true owners would. In mountainous regions, the predators traverse along ridge crests or at the foot of mountains, occasionally ascending higher to survey their domain. In other words, leopards are diligent auditors of their patrimony. They can appear suddenly, well aware of the advantages of the element of surprise, when confronted with unwelcome guests. Leopards are hesitant to cross shallow rivers and streams, as water activities are not their favorite pastime. If a leopard accidentally falls into the water, it will swim, albeit not with great proficiency, attempting to reach a nearby log or land as quickly as possible. Once on dry ground, the leopard will shake off the waters, splashing and grumbling disapprovingly. In case of necessity to traverse bodies of water, the leopard will diligently find a bridge, such as a fallen tree or stones, and carefully assess the water's depth. On snowy terrain, leopards move more confidently, often following paths created by other animals. When calm, A leopard's gait is measured, characterized by leisurely steps that are light and graceful. However, the animal is always prepared to burst into a swift sprint, reaching speeds of up to 37 miles an hour. During a sprint, the predator executes large jumps, covering distances up to 23 feet in length and 10 feet in height. Leopards typically choose dens on slopes, providing them with a commanding view of their controlled territory. These dens can be caves, large hollows beneath tree roots, or accumulations of stones. In the wild, leopards have a lifespan of up to 14 years. However, in more favorable captive conditions, they can live up to 20 years. The dietary preferences of leopards are not particularly diverse. These animals exclusively consume meat. In savannas, deserts, steppes, and semi-deserts, they hunt antelope, impalas, zebras, giraffe cubs, and camels. In the forest and mountain ranges, they prey on deer, roe deer, gazelles, mouflons, and elks. Leopards also include smaller prey in their diet, such as mice, porcupines, and aardvarks, as well as hares, foxes, martens, and badgers. When familiar food is scarce, leopards may resort to consuming monkeys. In successful hunting ventures, leopards may also capture birds as prey. Occasionally, a hungry spotted predator may even target hyena dogs, jackals, and cheetahs. There is compelling evidence that Far Eastern leopards have been known to attack small bear cubs. Predatory cats also occasionally catch fish and crab, although this behavior is infrequent, and some individuals, particularly older ones, do not hesitate to scavenge or opportunistically steal prey from other predators. Snow leopards living near human settlements boldly enter utility rooms and attack livestock such as sheep, donkeys, goats, pigs, and calves, causing significant trouble for local farmers. A leopard can consume up to 44 pounds of meat per day. Following a successful hunt of large prey, it will feed on it for an additional 4 to 5 days before needing to embark on the next hunting expedition. Spotted predators require a substantial amount of water, especially after they have consumed enough food. Hence, leopards always establish their habitats near accessible water sources. Interestingly, leopards tend to quench their thirst primarily at night. However, during prolonged droughts, when water bodies dry up catastrophically, leopards are capable of enduring up to 4 weeks without water. In addition to meat, leopards occasionally consume grass. Many of us have observed our domestic cats doing the same. You may wonder why. They do so to cleanse their gastrointestinal tract from the hair they ingest while grooming their magnificent fur. While leopards are capable of attacking humans, instances of man-eating leopards are rare compared to tigers and lions. Typically, only very old or sick leopards which have lost speed in pursuing swift prey resort to such behavior. Leopards primarily hunt at night, although they may also hunt during the day, especially when the weather is cloudy. They typically start hunting in the hours before sunset or during the first half of the night. If they haven't caught anything, they continue hunting in the early morning. During the hunt, leopards employ a clever, swift, and silent approach. They patiently wait for potential prey, often on the ground but also skillfully climbing trees to ambush their targets. They keep a close watch on animal trails or near watering holes to spot their prey. Leopards stealthily and gradually creep up to their target, closing the distance to about 6 feet before making a decisive attack. However, leopards prefer not to chase their prey for long distances. In an ambush, they typically run no more than 40 to 50 yards. Small animals are killed with a bite to the neck, while for larger prey, leopards pounce on their back, bringing them down and using their entire body weight. They then wrap their paws around the victim and deliver a fatal bite to the throat or nape. Leopards usually hunt alone, aiming to kill one animal without disturbing or scaring away the others. If they are unable to consume their kill immediately, they often drag the remains up to a tree to protect the food from hyenas and jackals. However, they frequently carry the leftover prey several hundred yards away and conceal it in dense grass or bushes. Leopards have the ability to breed throughout the year. During the mating season, male leopards become aggressive, engaging in fights and roaring loudly. The females, on the other hand, actively search for a den in secluded and remote areas. Before the arrival of the cubs, the female diligently prepares the den by lining the bottom with dry leaves and grass. Pregnancy lasts for 3 months. Typically, childbirth occurs during the night and takes around 6 to 10 hours. Usually 1 to 4 cubs are born, weighing between 500 and 700 grams and measuring up to 15 centimeters in length. However, it's not uncommon for up to 6 kittens to be born. Leopard cubs are born blind and helpless, covered in a long, thick brown fur with distinctive dark spots. Their eyes open after about a week and a half, and they start standing on their legs after 2 weeks, playfully crawling around the den. These adorable leopard kittens meow just like their distant relatives, domestic cats. If the female leopard senses danger, she immediately moves the cubs to a different location, carefully carrying them one by one in her mouth. She keeps the cubs in the shelter until they are 6 to 8 weeks old. After that, the kittens start venturing out of the den to play, just like babies do all over the world. It is during this time that the mother begins to introduce them to meat as their food source. She first regurgitates it and then brings small animals and birds she has hunted. At around 5 to 6 months old, after the female stops nursing them, she guides the cubs to their first kills. The litter follows the mother for over a year, observing adult behavior and learning hunting techniques and survival skills in the wild. In the vast expanse of the African continent, there exists another animal that bears a striking resemblance to a leopard. It's called a cheetah. Confusing these two species is quite common. So, how are they similar and what sets them apart? To gain a better understanding, let's explore the fastest land animal on Earth, the cheetah. Like the leopard, it belongs to the panther genus within the cat family. It rightfully holds the title of the fastest mammal, capable of reaching speeds between 50 and 75 miles an hour. Interestingly, when considering speed per minute, a cheetah runs twice as fast as the multiple Olympic champion sprinter from Jamaica, Usain Bolt, whose top speed is only 27.9 miles an hour. Comparatively, the leopard's pace is half as fast as that of a cheetah. Nature has endowed the cheetah with several anatomical adaptations that enable these extraordinary abilities, including long, slender legs, a substantial tail, partially retractable claws, and a streamlined body with exceptional flexibility. The cheetah measures about 5 feet in length from nose to tail, stands between 26 and 37 inches tall, and weighs somewhere between 46 and 159 pounds. There is pronounced sexual dimorphism, with males being much larger and heavier. Although the cheetah may seem delicate, it possesses highly developed muscles and its skin contains minimal fat deposits. The animal has a small, rounded head and neat, short ears. Its eyes are positioned high, and expressive black stripes extend from the inner corners to the mouth, potentially shielding the cheetah's eyes from sunlight and preventing blindness during the hunt. The cheetah boasts extensive nasal passages, facilitating rapid airflow necessary for its sprinting abilities. Its long, slender legs end in narrow paws with thick pads. The claws, designed for swift movement, are sturdy, blunt, and only partially retractable. The cheetah's tail is long and muscular, perfect for agile maneuvering while running. The base of the tail is marked with spots, the last third featuring a series of black rings, and the tip is white. On the back of the cheetah's head, you'll find a small mane, more accurately described as a patch of longer hair resembling an occipital fringe. The cheetah's skin color ranges from sandy yellow and grayish to yellowish brown, adorned with small, round black spots scattered across its body. Research papers often mention the cheetah's relatively large heart and hypertrophied bronchi as significant anatomical features for high-speed running, although these statements are somewhat contradictory. What is certain is that the cheetah's thermoregulation process is optimized to suit its lifestyle, featuring developed transnasal cooling that prevents the animal's brain from overheating. Unlike the leopard, the cheetah is primarily active during the day, particularly in the morning and evening. When it comes to hunting, cheetahs typically target medium to large-sized animals. Unlike leopards and other felines, cheetahs never rely on ambush tactics. Instead, they are constantly scanning their surroundings for potential prey. They begin by stealthily approaching the chosen target from a distance of around 35 feet, and then make a quick dash to catch it. During this lightning-fast sprint, all four paws of the cheetah are off the ground at the same time for about half of the time he's running, giving the impression that the cheetah is almost flying. Once the cheetah catches up with its prey, it delivers a powerful blow with its paw, often breaking their spine, and then proceeds to suffocate it with its jaws. If the cheetah fails to catch its prey within a short period of time, it disappointingly gives up the hunt. Due to the tremendous energy expended during the chase, the cheetah is not capable of engaging in a prolonged and exhausting pursuit. In the case of a successful attack, cheetahs immediately consume their prey on the spot, ensuring they can enjoy their meal before any potential scavengers arrive to claim someone's feast. Cheetahs breed throughout the year. The gestation period lasts 90 to 95 days, resulting in the birth of 2 to 8 cubs weighing between 5.3 and 14.1 ounces. For about 8 weeks, the cubs remain in the den, and during this time the attentive mother often relocates them to another hiding spot, mainly for safety reasons. Similar to leopard cubs, cheetah cubs open their eyes after 4 to 11 days and begin to take their first steps. Although it's not exactly a strong walk, as the kittens are still too weak to wander from the den. It's fascinating to witness the mother communicating with the cubs using special chirping vocalizations, evoking incredible admiration. Cheetahs are known for their cleanliness, and grooming their fur from an early age is an integral part of their behavior. Just like leopards, they employ their long, rough tongues to meticulously wash themselves and enjoy licking their soiled cubs. Cheetah cubs are incredibly adorable, and their thick gray manes not only serve as decoration, but also provide effective camouflage. Some scientists believe this unique appearance of young cheetahs is an imitation of the formidable honey badger. Although mimicry of this nature has been observed, this particular hypothesis seems unlikely. The fluffy mane of the cubs disappears at around 3 months of age, coinciding with the time when the female ceases to hide them in the grass, and they obediently follow her. When the cubs reach approximately 5 months old, the mother actively encourages them to engage in independent play hunting by releasing small live prey in front of them. Overall, the cubs stay with their mother for 13 to 20 months, during which she serves as both their provider and a reliable protector. Bold hyenas are always lurking, ready to snatch an inexperienced cub, making cheetah cub mortality the highest, with up to 70% of the young sadly perishing. The social behavior of cheetahs can be rightfully described as intricate. Adult females typically lead solitary lives, except during the period when they are raising their cubs. On the other hand, adult males either live alone or form small groups consisting of 4 to 6 individuals. It's believed that once young cheetahs become capable of hunting on their own, the female leaves them to fend for themselves. Extensive observations conducted in Serengeti National Park have revealed an interesting pattern. The survival rate of male cheetahs in groups was higher compared to solitary individuals. Remarkably, in Namibia, researchers have documented instances of large natural coalitions of cheetahs, with group sizes reaching up to 19 individuals. Some naturalists speculate that millions of years ago, cheetahs may have lived in packs, and only through further evolutionary processes influenced by external environmental factors did their social structure undergo a restructuring. However, there are opposing views on this matter, and the debate continues. Nonetheless, it's clear that such social organization is still present in the lives of leopards, lions, and lynxes today. The reasons behind why males and their cubs do not remain together permanently has yet to be definitively answered. We hope that future research will shed more light on this intriguing subject. The African savanna is the traditional homeland of cheetahs. Once they inhabited vast regions across the entire continent. However, their current range in Africa represents only 10% of their historical distribution. For example, the Asian subspecies of cheetahs were once found from the Mediterranean coast up to the Caucasus and the Aral Sea, and eastward to central India. Today, they are known to exist solely in the central deserts of Iran, where they also face the threat of extinction. In Turkmenistan, cheetahs were last spotted in the 1960s. While the largest cheetah populations reside in East and South Africa, there has been a significant decline in their numbers recently. Cheetahs can still be found in Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Sudan, and northern Uganda, although their range is becoming increasingly fragmented. Populations of cheetahs also exist in Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. There have been several encouraging sightings of cheetahs in southeastern Angola. In North and West Africa, cheetahs are rare and face the risk of extinction. Various environmental initiatives have been implemented to safeguard these extraordinary animals from vanishing forever. According to estimates by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, approximately 4,190 cheetahs reside in South Africa, considering only adult individuals. The East African population is estimated to be around 2,500, while the Northern and Western African population is alarmingly low, with only 446 cheetahs remaining. These statistics are disheartening. Sadly, the most significant threat to cheetahs, as is often the case, is human activity. Cheetahs residing outside protected areas, which make up 76% of their range, frequently encounter conflicts with farmers. While cheetahs primarily prefer wild prey, they may target domestic animals, which leads to retaliatory actions from frustrated farmers. Additionally, cheetahs frequently fall victim to traps set by these same farmers, who prioritize safeguarding their livestock but skimp on proper ammunition. Expressways, especially those that intersect or border protected areas, present a significant danger to cheetahs. Regrettably, the annual statistics paint a bleak picture. Out of 27 cases of unnatural cheetah deaths, at least 11 animals perished due to collisions with vehicles. Man has long been enticed by the allure of a leopard's beautiful fur, leading to the profitable yet disheartening business of hunting these majestic cats for their valuable pelts. While cheetah hunting is strictly prohibited in many countries, including Africa, the high price of spotted fur continues to incentivize poachers to engage in illegal acts and illicit trade. Moreover, the illicit trade of cheetah cubs for wealthy individuals seeking exotic pets and private menageries is a deplorable aspect of the modern world. Shockingly, bargaining for spotted trophies can range from $4,000 to $12,000. Furthermore, the cheetah falls under the category of the so-called Big Five animals sought after by sports hunters for recreational purposes. This list includes lions, elephants, rhinos, and leopards. It's disheartening that such activities continue to persist in the 21st century. For over 100 years, cheetahs have teetered on the brink of survival, and in some regions, they have been completely eradicated alongside their leopard counterparts. Since the 1930s, these animals have fallen victim to the fickle demands of fashion. The insatiable demand for products made from their striking spotted skins continues unabated. Despite the outcry from environmental communities worldwide, the battle is far from won. For decades, unfortunate celebrities have appeared on glossy magazine covers and at social events draped in leopard and cheetah coats, inadvertently contributing to the decline of these animal populations. The merciless law of "they can do it, so why not us?" takes its toll. Astonishingly, between 1962 and 1968 alone, over 250,000 spotted pelts flooded the European fur market. It's disheartening to learn that renowned Italian actress Gina Lollobrigida and the wife of the President of the United States, Jacqueline Kennedy, were among the prominent popularizers of this shameful fashion trend. Yet, the natural benefits of cheetahs and leopards, admired for their spotted fur, seem to be unknown to their fans and admirers. This lack of awareness is truly vexing. These magnificent wildcats, like wolves, are referred to as caretakers, as they prey on sick animals and help control pest populations. We remain hopeful that the perception of these African beauties will undergo a positive transformation. Despite the challenges they face, cheetahs and leopards persist in much of their range, relying on their remarkable hunting skills and adaptability to endure the harshest environmental conditions. In the traditional poetic epics of the African people, leopards and cheetahs were often revered as symbols of bravery, courage, agility, and power. With their skin adorned in distinctive spots resembling vigilant eyes, they were poetically referred to as the guardians of vigilance. The leopard, in particular, held a revered status as a cult animal and was considered sacred among many African tribes. However, it was the tribes associated with the leopard that held the highest reverence. Legends tell of their people donning spotted skin to signify that they possess the same strength, agility, and swiftness as the wild leopard. The symbolism of leopards extended even to Western European medieval epics and literature, including a mention of the leopard in the first song of the renowned Italian poet Dante Alighieri's Hell. African nations frequently incorporate leopards into their state symbols. For example, the coat of arms of Gabon depicts two black leopards firmly grasping a protective shield, symbolizing the vigilance and courage of the country's leadership. In Europe, leopards were also crowned on the coats of arms of two English kings, Henry IV and Henry VI. Conversely, the behavior of cheetahs in the wild taught humans to tame excessive thoughts about the imperfections of the world and to respond swiftly when circumstances demanded it, as dictated by their beliefs. An illustrative example of this symbolism can be found in the heraldic representation of a cheetah on the coat of arms of the so-called Free State, the Congo, an African country that existed from 1885 to 1908 and was the personal property of King Leopold II of Belgium. The expressive symbolism behind leopards and cheetahs is evident. The beauty and strength of these animals is undeniably captivating, inspiring admiration and a desire to emulate their natural behavior. Friends, our journey of discovery with leopards and cheetahs is drawing to a close. Within the confines of this video project, it's challenging to convey the full breadth of our awe-inspiring encounters with these graceful, powerful, and exceptionally captivating creatures of the African continent. Undoubtedly, numerous untold secrets about leopards and cheetahs eagerly await further exploration and discussion. So, let these extraordinary spotted animals continue to embellish the enigmatic realm of untamed nature, safeguarding the singular mystery that we are yet to gratefully unveil.